Hey friends, it's Marla. We go to the Nantahala River in North Carolina 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times a year because my guys are whitewater kayakers and we just love the atmosphere up here. It's beautiful. It's a great place for the guys to enjoy whitewater kayaking. The river's just pristine. Now what you're seeing here is the Nantahala Outdoor Center, and there are stores and restaurants and open areas with picnic tables and cafe tables and all kinds of walking areas with overlooks. It's just so pleasant here. It's just wonderful. The skill level that it takes to do the Nantahala, I think it's a class 2 and 3, or is it 3 and 4? I don't know because I'm not actually a kayaker, but I hear them talk about it so much that I kind of know what I'm talking about, but not really. They'll laugh when they hear this. But the first couple of years that our guys, my husband and sons, did whitewater kayaking, we mostly kayaked in Tennessee on the Hiwassee River, and it's a great place there too, and we still do go there. But the favorite place of all so far is Nantahala, but we've also enjoyed Ocoee. They did the Ocoee and they loved that, and Tellico in Tennessee, they loved that. Now here's the cabin that we stayed at this time. We often cook in our cabin to save on meal costs. We didn't too much this time, but we try to find a place that's convenient and you can see the road below here. We were right in the gorge, and that was a lot of fun. We don't often stay in the gorge. It just depends on the best price we can find for a cabin that's convenient and got all the things we need. Now here is the place where everyone puts their kayaks into the water. Not everyone, but this is a popular place to put it in. And you can see there's lots of people doing exactly what my guys are. Now because I'm with them, I'm able to drop them off and they don't have to leave a vehicle here at the put in and then drive all the way back. I think there's 8 miles of river between the put in and the takeout, and I don't know, you can hear my dog Ella. Ella, of course you would try right now to make every possible noise. Sorry about that. Why would she? After the put in, the first spot you could pull over and see your kayakers come through is called Pattons Run, and I will pull over and take a shot of how pretty it is right there. And it's a challenging little rapid to go over right there. But I didn't wait this time to see my guys come through because you just never know how long it'll be before they actually come through there, because when I drop them off they still haven't put on their equipment or done any of that yet. But it is just pleasant and enchanting on the Nantahala River. We are big Lord of the Rings fans. We love J.R.R. Tolkien, loved his books even before the movies came out, but there's lots of scenes in those movies that the Nantahala River area makes us think of. Just otherworldly, old world. And I've never come here without thinking of how amazing God is and how He's able to create such beauty. And this was an effortless thing for God. He just created all this beauty. You know, when you're on the beach and you play with the sand and it makes tracks, you can build little hills and let it sift through your fingers, and it makes the shapes of peaks and valleys and ridges. Well, it just crosses my mind that these amazing ridges and peaks and shapes could very easily be the shape and size and scope of God's hands. And that's just an amazing thing to me. When you come around this corner, you can just see how far up. Oh my goodness, you know, the word Nantahala is an Indian word for land of the noonday sun, because it is just so deep in this gorge that you don't get much sunlight in the morning and afternoon, really just middle of the day. Ryson City is the home of the Smoky Mountain Railway, and those railroad tours, I'm sure, would be so much fun. I've never done it before. There's the open cars, there's that kind of ticket you can get, and then there's enclosed dining cars where it's a little more posh and you do have a meal served, and there's different lengths of time that you can choose which tour, which railroad journey that you would like to make. I think that would be fun to do sometime, but it's hard for our guys to break away from the attraction of why we're there, which is for them to kayak. But the train's interesting to me. I think that's a cool thing. We stood here waiting to see if kayaks were coming through. We kept seeing rafts, and that's really fun to watch as well. There's at least a dozen businesses who rent the rafts, and in some of my footage you probably saw big school buses. Well, those are the rafting companies. Oh, here's a kayaker coming through. He did great. And watch him paddle back up into an eddy, which is a spot in the water where you can kind of stay still and you don't go down with the flow of the river, because the swirl of the water helps you stay in place. It's kind of a neat thing. I'm sure physics has something to do with all that. Now here come a couple more kayakers. Now we don't know any of these people, we're just watching. Ben says he can tell that the one in blue back there is a very new kayaker. So everybody on the sidelines is cheering him on, but he made it. He did great.
I know, the face.
We stopped at this overlook to watch kayakers come through, and as you will see, there's also a lot of whitewater rafting going on. Now, you can pay for a group to be guided. There will be a professional rafter who will take your group down. They have a lot of fun. That's some cold water. Do you hear him screaming? This is the pretty view leaving the Nantahala Gorge going back toward Murphy, North Carolina. And then it's not long before you cross the Tennessee state line into the Ocoee-Hawassi area, then Chattanooga, then down to North Alabama. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for going on that Nantahala journey with us. We love being able to see the beautiful world that God made, and I hope that you get to go out and enjoy it as well. Hope you have a great day today.